like rambling here. But I need to get one of those lights. That's just a side note. Okay, here we go. We're vlogging today. Casual vlog. We're doing this. Yes, we're doing this. Today is a getting shit done day. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. Yeah, tell you what, didn't really feel like, haven't really been in the vibe. We're just like trying to get shit done, you know? Okay, let's start again. Good morning. Happy Monday. I have coffee. Thank God for coffee. I just had breakfast. I've been through my morning routine. Today I'm filming. There are a few things that I want to share with you. I really want to talk about some of the new systems I have implemented for self-care and productivity for my life as well as my business. This is for anybody who is interested to get some ideas about goal planning or planning your day for your business day, your work day, or just your day in general. What I've learned is that structure is a form of self-care. I'm all about self-care and intentional living and living on purpose. To be honest, it has definitely been challenging for me in the last few days. Showing up today, it's a new day, it's a new week. I'm excited to get into that. I got judged recently about how that I don't show up in a certain way on my Instagram or social media, that we only show, all the highlights. And I think it's really important for everybody to realize that we don't all share absolutely the 24 hours of every single day that we are living. We don't share every single thought and action and behavior and everything that's going on. Of course, I think the majority of us do like to show content that is more of the highlights of our life. I would like to humbly think that throughout the years of creating YouTube content, and I don't really have still yet a clear strategy of where my channel is going. 3 weeks ago, I started my 90-day run, my 90-day flow, as I've called it, for my business and for also health and personal and spiritual and creative goals and outcomes. One of my goals, I've explained this before, is to produce YouTube content and just to get it out there. I would always like to humbly think that I am actually probably more open here than I am on my other platforms. So far, 3 weeks has really been such an interesting time for me. Last week was definitely a slower flow week. I was still productive and got things done. Yeah, I had some things going on in my personal life, as well as I had a few things happen for me professionally with my business online. It's those moments when you feel like you just want to give up and crawl in a hole or not get out of bed. Actually, they're blessings in disguise, because yesterday I spent a beautiful day planning, and over the last few days I've been doing some self-care. And yesterday I really got into planning out now not only my week, I always plan my weeks, also planning for the next 3 quarters. We are a few days away from ending the month of March, and we're moving into the second quarter of the year, Q2. I have now, and this brings it all full circle, I have now found some new systems and some new tools to help me stay on track and productive and in flow and in alignment. I already have some systems in place that I have been using for a while now. I always use a journal, pen and paper. It's always next to my laptop, and I'm always jotting down things. As well as I use some systems and tools and resources that I have learned and adopted from my online community, the Holistic Education Academy that I'm a part of, as well as the private business coaching collective that I'm a part of. And I've also spoken about this with my other videos that I do use my Google Calendar for time blocking. I've been just researching other different tools and resources to use to stay productive and in flow, not just for my business, but for also my own personal life and for content creation, as well as other things to track your habits, track my self-care or spiritual practices, my healthy eating practices. I'm super inspired and excited. I discovered Jules Acree on YouTube. Her channel is all about intentional living, mindfulness, and being very productive in your personal life as well as your business life. And she really explains, and this definitely resonates with me, is that structure is a form of self-care. When you are able to have systems and structure and different tools and resources, and then you set those boundaries, this creates space for you in your day, in your mind, in your energy, in your life, so that you are able to show up and balance the different commitments that you have in your life. And whether that's your family, your business, your social life, your exercise, workout life, whatever the most important elements are for you in your day, your week, your months, your years, when you have structure, that really creates freedom. I believe that that's what we're all striving for, is more freedom, right? More time freedom to be able to do the things that we really want to do. I mean, nobody wants to be working 12 to 14-hour days. I definitely do not want to be doing that. From Jules, I will link her channel below. I have just completely in the last week been binge watching her. I find her very inspirational and I love everything that she's been sharing. And she has introduced me to customizing my Google Calendar, being able to change colors and being able to set up the time blocking and task batching so that it's very easy to read. And obviously with the colors, it's very easy on the eyes because the colors that come default with the calendar are quite bright and a little bit too confronting. I've been able to change the colors on my Google Calendar. The most exciting thing, there are many project management systems, strategies out there. You've probably heard of Trello, Asana, Monday. There's like a lot of them. I now have been introduced to Notion, and Jules uses Notion to organize everything in her life. I have gone and invested in her templates that she uses, as well as I have some free ones. I have been learning to navigate through this new website to organize everything, to set goals, to make weekly plans, daily plans, track my habits. There's all different kinds of sections there. And you can really, in Notion, you can either use templates or you can create your own. For now, I am just using and utilizing her templates, and I'm still navigating how to use it all, but it feels good. I've always been somebody who's always had a planner, a calendar. Many years ago, I actually was into the bullet journal. I used to have very basic bullet journals. Having everything online is wonderful. It's just so easy because you can change everything to the style that you like, or that you can add sections or not sections that you like. I'm definitely still navigating it. Feels really good to have that structure. I do use a few different Google Documents templates of planning my day every morning with all the different tasks. And so I'm trying to transition just into using everything in one hub if I can. I would really like to touch on the importance of self-care. This is something I think that I don't give myself enough time. I suppose my spiritual practices are another form of self-care. I have a daily morning routine, which includes meditating, journaling. Right now I'm doing this book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, so it's a gratitude practice. However, I don't think that I give myself enough forms of self-care. For me, with having such a challenging week last week, I mean, really, when we're on, and I recognize this in myself, when we're on, I can be really on, super organized, checking off my list, being super productive, balancing everything. And then there are just some weeks and days where I'm just struggling to be a woman, a human, struggling to get to my phone and do things. This is normal. We're humans and nobody's perfect. And we're going to have those days. And I think that it's really important to instantly recognize that that's okay. It's in those days that we need to give ourselves more grace and more compassion. It's always great to remember that this too shall pass. I'm super excited that over the weekend and last week I was really diving into creating more structure and creating some boundaries and new standards for myself, how I want to move forward, not only in myself for my business and in myself as the person that I am desiring to become. You know, in order to be able to show up for all the different things that are going on in our lives, and we all have busy lives. Whatever type of lifestyle you have, we all seem to have a busy lifestyle. And I think a realization I'm having is, how can I find ways to do less but impact more? How can I find ways to slow down and create more space but still be very productive and in flow and achieving my goals? Really been excited in discovering these new tools, as well as I always talk about doing the inner work. Meditation practice, journaling, yoga is so key for my mental health and just my overall health and wellness. And of course, I encourage this for you to do. I truly do believe that we need to be in the relationship with ourselves first. We need to be able to fill our cup first. We need to be able to love ourselves first, accept ourselves first, forgive ourselves first. And it's only then, once we come from that place, are we able to love and forgive and accept and move forward with everyone and everything else. You already know things like this. Our own health, our own inner landscape, our inner being, it's so important to nourish that first so that we have the energy, the vitality, the intention, and the love to show up for everyone and everything else. This is my Google Calendar. I got the customized colors also from Jules. She has a document that you can download her hex codes to customize the colors of the different labels or calendars that you can use. That is very helpful because before it was looking like this, very bright and confronting. This is Notion. This is the project management system, and these are all the templates. And once you actually become more familiar with the templates and navigating your way around Notion, you can then delete these description boxes of what to do. However, because it's not even quite been a week, I'm still learning the website, the tool, the system. But basically the different pages, your yearly planning, and that's broken up into the different quarters of the year, as well as there's other things for weekly planning. You've got soul connections, weekly reset routine, habit trackers. There's a section for creating your content. The way that she's designed this, which is absolutely incredible. I can't believe, I do not know how I would navigate my way around without the templates. But all the different pages connect back to one another. It's actually genius. Let's talk about reviewing your first 3 months of the year, January, February, and March. And then let's think about how you are going to move forwards for the next quarter, for April, May, and June. I think these are very healthy practices or assessments to do. It really allows you to keep yourself in check, where you're at, what could you have done better, what have you learned, what are you going to adopt moving forwards, things like that. This doesn't have to just be for business. This can be for your own health, for your relationships, for any other commitments or elements that you have in your life. Always good to give yourself that personal inventory to really check in and see where you're at. One of my mentors, there were these really amazing questions, and I can list these in the description below. I think these are very, very helpful. Take time to reflect and assess where you are at now, 3 months into the year, as we finish off this first quarter of 2022. You can either grab just a journal, a pen and paper, or you can, of course, type this out on your laptop, your smartphone. Question 1 is, what was my main goal for Q1? Question 2, did I achieve this goal? Question 3, if yes, write down how you reached that goal. If no, reflect on why you feel you did not hit that goal and what you could do to achieve it in the next quarter. Question 4, what were your areas of strength in Q1 that you recognized in yourself? Question 5, what were the areas you know you need to improve on? Question 6, what lessons did you learn in the last 3 months that you are currently learning from? Question 7, what is your big goal for 2022? Question 8, are you on track to achieve this goal? Question 9, why or why not? And question 10, what are you doing, can you do moving forward to ensure that you do achieve this goal before the end of the year? Once you have completed and answered all of those questions, really reflect on them. Write your honest answers about them. Afterwards, reflect on your questions and see if there were any big aha moments or moments of realization as you looked through your answers and thought, okay, I'm seeing something here, like, oh, the light bulb just went on. Ask yourself again, did you learn anything new? And did you get clear on something you need to in order to move forward in your business? And of course, I did this exercise myself last week, and I thought it was very, very powerful. It was a beautiful reflection for me. What really kept coming up for me is my time management. That's because I always am talking about time management. I do believe that we all have busy lives and there are only 24 hours in a day. It's a matter of prioritizing daily, weekly, monthly, what needs to get done to be able to structure your day so that you can fit in all the different things that you need to get done and all the different things that you desire to do in your day so that you can be doing the things that you love to do. For example, I love to surf. Surfing for me is very dependent on the tides. I'm super, super lucky with my freedom business, my online business, that I am able to structure my day, my schedule around those tides. And of course, I think what needs to come into consideration is in order to make the most out of your time every day, you need to be getting enough sleep. Health, I have been on a continual health journey for years now. If you've listened to any of the videos or content, you've been following me, I'm really focused on my health. That's something that I've really tried to implement more so in the last few weeks, is being able to get to bed at a certain time to then be able to wake up early. I find that when I can wake very early in the morning, usually like 5:15 a.m. or 5:30, I can get my morning routine in, as well as a couple of hours or an hour of workflow, checking in with things on my phone, social media, before I go to surf. And surfing, I'm usually in the water 2 hours. That's why I have really focused on getting very clear and very structured with planning my day and prioritizing all the tasks and the activities and all the things that I need to get done for my business, as well as my own health goals, spiritual goals, creative goals. And so that's why I've gotten very intentional, and I'm very excited about the Google Calendar. And that's why also I love having this Notion website where I can have all my things that I'm doing online, content planning, planning my day, my goals, like all the different sections just in one spot. That feels really good, and it creates more space in my mind. And when there's more space in my mind, there's more space in my energy. And then that links back to being able to show up with energy and vitality and mental clarity and intention for everyone else and everything else. Being time efficient, being able to structure a day and using the right kinds of tools, that's a form of self-care. That's a form of being able to show up. Also, what I realized as well, what I learned from doing the reflection exercise, is that not only was the issue of time coming up, but also something that I'm constantly working on is really mastering my mindset. Always is really embodying my truth and confidence and really living on purpose and being intentional with what I am desiring for my life. And It's a constant process, mastering your mindset and working on your mindset. Daily, I have my spiritual practices, as well as I love to plug into any types of trainings, webinars, masterclasses, watching anything on YouTube, listening to podcasts, obviously reading books. At the moment, I am still reading Atomic Habits. I think I showed this in one of the last vlogs. So good. I am loving this. I have some errands to run. We're now here in the pet store. I am picking up kitten food for Asai. It's totally like 1,000,000,000 degrees and I have been driving for almost 2 hours running errands. And now I am in BGS. Favorite coffee ever in the Bukit. They make the best almond milk. A craving are the best vegan carrot cake muffins, as well as the banana choc chip. They're vegan. That little square there is a vegan blondie. So good. So excited. Iced coffee. Ah, there we go. 5-star. Beyond 5-star. I am now back at home. Running those errands took 3 hours out of my day. After I had that delicious coffee, I had to deal with a situation in my personal life. Just when you think that your day is going in flow and you're feeling productive and aligned and rounded, when life throws you curveballs, instantly you can either choose to suffer or you can choose to switch that narrative in your mind to something positive. Fortunately, I have the tools and resources and different things that I can draw on that help me to shift the energy and shift the frequency. I just read through a document that I'd written about my vision and my goals, and I read some affirmations, and of course always just bringing presence into my body and breathing. Breathing is really important. Taking deep, slow, long, mindful breaths. You know what brings me so much joy? Oh, look. She's so sweet. I do hope that everything that I have shared today, you have found some value. And of course, with my content, I always want to be real and authentic, share some insight and value for you always, and hopefully that I inspire you to adopt some self-care principles and practices. If you want to check out customizing your Google Calendar or Notion, please check into that. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And also, it's a wonderful time to review the last 3 months and to get really clear with the next 3 months, and really just always identify what your bigger vision is and what your why is. It's something that I constantly ask myself. What truly matters to me? What is of importance to me? Who do I want to become? I do hope that you found some value in this, and I am definitely going to see you next video. If you want to leave a comment, please, I appreciate that. Otherwise, I'll see you next video. See you.